did you want to see us about something? Huh? Why were you just
Yes, I did send someone to fetch you. But as for what I'd like to discuss next, well...
Given that we've already made the trip here, you should just tell us. Bet you need us to help you with something, right?
I do indeed have something I'd like to ask you to do. However, you should wait until after I tell you the details, then decide for the situation. It has come to my attention that the Snezhnayan harbinger known as the Knave wants a diplomatic meeting with you, correct? I heard that she was originally from Fontaine, but for her, I sincerely advise you to refuse her invitation outright. I'm sure you're aware that her purpose is most likely related to Child's recent predicament. We convicted one of the Snezhnayan harbingers in a court of law, but we have yet to provide any form of detailed report on the matter. This does indeed provide an opportunity for Snezhnaya to put pressure on her. I believe we should adopt an evasive stance until we can provide a proper
No, we shouldn't. I think...
Oh?
Well, you see, we are the ones that owe an explanation. If we keep putting off the meet, it's like a fight between two friends. If they don't agree to see each other and talk in person, isn't it possible?
Though diplomatic relations between Fontaine and Snezhnaya could be considered as friendly, it is only superficially so.
It was just an analogy.
Moreover, even if we were to talk in person, if we don't have sufficient information prepared...
Besides, you'll be at the meeting. If any problems do...
I must clarify that interacting and communicating with people outside of court is not my cup of tea. But more importantly, when did I agree to join the meeting with you?
You mean you won't come? No, that won't do. I can't go to the meeting alone. You have to accompany me. I must take you with me.
Lady Farina, could there be something else regarding this matter?
No, not at all. Look, I am the Hydro Archon of Fontaine, Focalor, the god of justice who is loved, and so I only hope that justice will be served.
Though it could officially be considered a diplomatic conference, I prefer to see our meeting today as an ordinary tea party. I assume you see it the same way, Miss Farina? Lady Farina?
Yes, that's right. Just like you said, a tea party. I should thank you for providing the pastries. They look delectable. To make this tea party even more lively, I've invited someone else to join us today.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Monsieur Neuvillette. I was born in Fontaine, so naturally there's no need to introduce the nation's revered Eudex to me.
Hello. The pleasure is also mine.
First, I would like to thank the two of you. I'm often away on business outside of Fontaine, and I'm told that the children of the House of the Hearth have been well taken care of by you. Oh, I'm not referring to when my children, Linny and Lynette, were falsely accused by you. Please don't misunderstand. The children of the House of the Hearth are often misunderstood, perhaps due to the reputation of the Fatui. There's no getting around that. All I meant to say is that Fontaine has been stable in recent years. That is something truly worth cherishing, and...
Now then, you have come regarding the matter of Child.
Well, yes. It appears the ever-busy Eudex Neuvillette... Yes, as you surmised, understanding Child's situation is indeed one of the goals of this trip. As we are both diplomats from Snezhnaya as well as Fatui harbingers, Child and I have always been colleagues. Were anything to happen in Fontaine, each of us would serve as the other's attorney to resolve the issue. So now, in my capacity as his attorney, I request that Child be turned over to Snezhnaya. We have a responsibility to cooperate with Fontaine and resolve what has happened to him together.
The rules governing attorneys only apply before a trial has concluded. Since a verdict has already been rendered, we see the case as settled. I apologize for being
An outright refusal. Very well. I respect all the rules of Fontaine. Okay, why don't we back up? You don't need to transfer Child to us. I only request to enter the Fortress of Meripede to see Child. It's not like you couldn't even manage to fulfill a simple request like that.
About that.
The Fortress of Meripede has always been completely autonomous. Even we have no authority to interfere there, and diplomatic issues do not suffice as... However, if you absolutely must confirm the situation of the...
The knave showed up already? Well, Linny did say that father will be... We didn't even know that Linny was from the House of the Hearth at the time, so we kinda overlooked that information.
Yes, thank you for your kind advice. I'm well aware. I also noticed that Lady Farina acts a little odd and unnatural whenever I bring up matters related to the knave.
Could the knave be threatening Lady Farina or something?
If that were the case, then why wouldn't Lady Farina inform me? And what means could the knave possibly have to twist the arm of an Archon?
So maybe that's not very likely. Even though Farina can act a little weird at...
In reality, this problem is even more thorny than it appears. According to reports from the Fortress of Meripede, Child recently disappeared under mysterious... The details are still unclear. We cannot rule out an escape, but there have also been no reports of him outside of the... Special guards oversee the fortress, and its internal systems are extensive. Combined with the special characteristics of the surrounding terrain, an escape... I was only willing to share this information with you because you are friends of Child.
So this is what you wanted to see?
Yes. I would like you to go to the Fortress of This was my proposal during our meeting with the knave. Rather than allowing her to intervene, I offered to send someone to find out about Child. The knave did not seem satisfied by my proposal, but she still agreed to go along with it for the time being. Her words were,
So that means we bought ourselves some time.
Firstly, you're already acquainted with Child. Your eyes may discern relevant details there that others would miss. And secondly, is the consideration of the unique nature...
Isn't it just Fontaine's prison?
I would not define it so crudely. The Fortress of Meripede is not affiliated with the court system of Fontaine. Early in Fontaine's history, criminals were punished with exile, not imprisonment. Even today, the Fortress of Meripede may seem like a prison, but it should in fact... All we do is dispatch guards to keep watch and help maintain security, but we have no right to get involved with any other matters. Although I do have a personal relationship with the administrator there, neither myself nor the courts have the right to be directly...
Oh, Paimon gets it now. That's why...
Correct. I will arrange false charges against you so that you may secretly investigate inside... So, are you two willing to accept my proposal?
Yeah, no matter how you look at it, it seems we're the best choice. Alright!
You two have my sincere thanks. We will rendezvous at the Fortress of Meripede's entrance on Irenaeus.
Prepared ourselves?
Perhaps you could enjoy a good meal and have a nice bath. I'm afraid that living conditions inside the fortress are nothing.
Oh, right! Even though we'll be there on trumped up... On second thought, is it too late to back out?
Please do not worry. Since you are sacrificing both your time and you will be compensated according to the highest standard.
Now that's more like it! Come on!
Are you leaving now? In that case, please take this cake as a...
The wind rises. Behold!
I'll have that, and that. Oh, and when cake was pretty good. But as soon as Paimon now that Paimon thinks about it, we've always been, but here we are. Let's just try our best to investigate.
Oh, what is that I hear? Is it the taste of a brig?
Hey! You can't hear a taste!
Oh, don't remind me. I invited an eyewitness to a case to eat here, and I was planning to get some great material out of him. But he didn't even show up. Calm down, calm down. This is nothing new. As a journalist, you should be used to this by now. As long as you can score some juicy tidbits from the traveler, you might still be able to recover the cost of the...
You know we can still...
Never mind. It's nothing. I just heard you mention the Fortress of Meripede.
No way! We would never! We're just going there to... Oh no! Paimon almost forgot that Nervalette told us to keep it a secret!
Huh? You're Oh. But now that I think about it, I suppose that's not
You mean Paimon really did something that serious? Sorry.
In that case, it's nothing particularly newsworthy after all. Oh, how... Oh, right. There's still a chance. Since you're going to be at the Fortress of Meripede...
About that...
Oh, it's nothing difficult. He was awarded the honorary title of Duke in Fontaine. Sounds really cool, huh? On top of that, the Fortress of Meripede has never been under the jurisdiction of the courts. Oh, if I could write an exclusive art...
You make it sound
Of course! I wouldn't ask you to do it for free. So...
Alright, you got a deal. We'll do anything you want.
Then it's settled. The food should be here any second, right? Huh? Wait, just how much did you order?
Oh, Paimon's so full. Well, guess we have nothing to regret now, so let's get going! Wait. Paimon just said something really ominous, didn't she?
Behold! Swan Fury!
Alright, Nervalette, we're ready.
You have come, just as promised. Yes, this is the one and only entrance to the Fortress of Meripede from Irenaeus. Careful. You may want to step...
Whoa! So you have to go down from here? Is the prison underwater?
Utilizing both the barrier of the water as well as the fear humans have of the depths, the Fortress of Meripede is naturally But do not worry. It is not nearly as frightening inside as you may think. Oh, and there's one more thing. I mentioned that I have had personal dealings with the administrator of the fortress, Writhsley. He's a very shrewd fellow.
Yeah, we heard about him too. He's...
Correct. He is the highest-ranking manager of the underwater prison. Even though you are going there to investigate at my behest, it would behoove you to avoid any The Duke rarely ever leaves the Fortress of Meripede, but that does not mean he is not privy to all that is happening inside and outside the fortress. He is quiet, but not unaware, so please bear that in mind. All right, that's about all that...
Don't worry, we won't let you...
Good.
I'm here, Monsieur Nervalette. These two are the newest convicts, I presume? Don't worry.
Like we would try.
Please follow me, you two. I'll process your paperwork for it.
underwater now? Huh. So this is what it feels like to be a criminal in Fontaine.
You two seem to be taking this pretty well. It's rare to see convicts in such a good mood.
Quit following me.
Oh, it's you, Madeline.
Monsieur Nervalet personally requested I escort these two convicts. I suppose he was concerned others might not be up to the task.
Well now, aren't you the lucky one? Must be nice to be on good terms with the big shots like—
Well, have you tried service with a smile? Who knows, it might help your professional reputation.
Yeah, right. As if. And even if I did smile at them, the convicts would probably just think that I'm some freak getting some kind of twisted enjoyment from their—
Oh, she's got a...
Well, I've finished transferring you. You two will register here.
Yep. Okay, let me see. You are the traveler—
That would be us!
Let me confirm your charges and sentence. Eating a cake specially prepared for the Archon by a Snezhnayan envoy without the Archon's permission, thereby incapacitating the political center of Fontaine for a brief
Wait!
Just looking at the charges, it seems you two are capable of And considering how fond Lady Furina is of sweets, this crime is tantamount to trying to assassinate the Hydro Archon herself. Now I've seen everything. Please stand in front of the board over there.
Oh, all right! But be sure to catch Paimon's...
And we're done. Thank you for your cooperation. Next, someone—
Huh? Rebirth? Isn't that a little...
You two are the new inmates, right?
Oh, okay! Paimon is Paimon, and this is...
Save it. Not like I'll remember.
So, are you one of the guards here? Is there anything we should be careful of while we're here? Did Paimon already ask something she wasn't supposed to?
Why should I tell you anything? What's in it for me? This is exactly why I can't stand you fish. I wouldn't even be doing this if it weren't for the credit coupons.
Credit coupon?
Alright, seeing as you're not the annoying kind that's getting dragged in here crying and blubbering, I guess I can tell you a few things. Mora means nothing here. Here, we use credit coupons. Coupons can get you almost anything in the Fortress of Meripede. Desires? Fulfilled.
So, credit coupons are a currency that can only be used...
It's not as simple as that. Like Moret said, no matter how much money or power you had before, it means nothing once you set foot inside the Fortress of Meripede. Everyone starts from the same place, and you have a chance at I guess that's the real purpose of the coupons. They symbolize truth, and this is also exactly why so many criminals choose not to return to the outside world, even after they've served their sentence.
Oh, so that's what the Fortress of Meripede is like. Huh. Paimon was under the impression that it'd be more like—
It certainly ain't all sunshine and roses here, but it's also not the worst place to be. You'd better take a good look at the scenery now. It'll be the last chance you get after being away from the sunlight for so long. Even the terrifying depths of the sea start to feel like home. It just stops feeling oppressive. Oh, I'm actually an inmate like you two. Welcoming newcomers is a job I've picked up to earn some extra coupons.
Why aren't you answering us again?
I've told you enough for free. Any more info is gonna cost you.
So all you care about is Mora! Wait, no. Coupons?
Almost there. It's down through here. Your turn to give it a try.
The wind rises. Relax. There's no need.
So, we're going even deeper now? Just how deep down are we?
It's like a metaphor for your previous life, isn't it?
Our lives weren't that bad.
Behold!
So this is the actual entrance to the fortress? Huh. It looks like there are other new arrivals, too. Oh, they sure don't look happy. Maybe we look too relaxed. Oh, right. We're on someone else's territory now. If we're discovered, even Neuvillette might not be able to rescue us. Hey! Don't scare Paimon!
Look, I don't really know you, and I have no idea what kind of crime you committed, but you wouldn't have happened.
Someone important?
Now's not the time to worry about that. Anyway, it's over there, so you just go on over there.
What was that all about? Wait a second. Are there usually so many garter mechs around here? They're already onto us?
Prisoners numbers 7459 and 7560. Welcome. Oh, no need to be anxious. These Gardamex aren't here to attack you. In fact, they're here as your honor guard. When I heard that you were friends of Monsieur Neuvillette, I had the Gardamex come and wait in formation.
Wait, you know about our connection with—
The seafloor isn't as cut off from the world as you might imagine. However, I'm afraid that I know nothing more than that you are friends of the Udex. And as you can see, committing a crime means being sentenced here, even if you're friends with the Chief Justice.
The Duke! Greetings, Your Grace! Lovely weather today, isn't it?
Oh, greetings, my good fellow. Well, I'm willing to imagine that the weather is as good outside the sea as you say it is. How great it would have been if only the Fortress of Meripede—
My profuse apologies. I just got so nervous when I saw you.
So this is the Duke. He sure looks a lot younger than Paimon imagined.
The Traveler and Paimon, correct? Mr. Deacon here was responsible for your welcome. I trust you were satisfied with his guide? Outstanding. Well, Deacon, I recall we discussed fate during our last work meeting, I believe that fate will reward all those who take every aspect. When you return to your bunk, you'll find the guards have issued some extra credit coupons to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Your Grace. Oh, and you too. I can't believe you gave me such praise. If you need anything in the future, anything, please come find me anytime. No credit coupons necessary.
Well, I believe that concludes the introductions. We've already taken enough time here. Deacon, if you would.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take my leave now.
Please, follow me. To make you feel more welcome, I'll show you around the various facilities of the Fortress of Meripede. I hope it'll help you adjust.
He's going to personally give us a cure? Huh. Paimon can't figure out what this guy's think. No wonder Charlotte's so interested in him. He's one of those mysterious types. All right.
Swan Fury! There's no need to be so reserved. The label of criminal is nothing but one of many identities, and being criminally inclined here at the fortress is just one of many ways to survive.
Is it really okay for the warden to think like that? We're real criminals, you know. What if...
Well, then maybe you'll be able to carve out a name and a place for yourselves in this underwater world, But before you go in swinging, please remember that in the Fortress of Meripede, it's better to not cause trouble for yourself or for... Now, we've arrived at a very important place, the Coupon Cafeteria. You can come here and claim one welfare meal each day.
Welfare meal? You mean...
That's right. Criminals are essential to Fortress operations, so we must guarantee that they at least have the basic means to survive.
But that's not how it was. Back in the day, it cost you reward coupons just to get a cup of water here. For fish like you who just arrived with nothing, you'd have to go to work hungry until you earned enough coupons. It was only after His Grace became the administrator that we got the free meal rule. Now everyone gets a square meal every day, even no-good slackers who've never picked up a wrench in their whole lives. No.
In the Fortress of Meripede, credit coupons are the only currency, and everything must be purchased. In some sense, you could say, but trade is always conducted by people. So if we want trade here to prosper, we need everyone to work hard and live their lives. If nobody could even afford a meal, then the whole fortress would be up in arms. And that would only make things... So, rather than saying that we're giving everyone a free meal here...
Your Grace's reasoning is correct, but whatever the case, hard work is rewarded here.
Right! Paimon sees your point. By that logic... Oh, wait, no. We shouldn't drop our guard so quickly. But...
let's continue this way.
The wind rises.
This place is known as the Pancration Ring. Sometimes we have criminals who have more energy than they know what to do with. Their daily work alone isn't enough of an outlet for them. So, instead of leaving them to their own devices, we've provided them with this dedicated venue.
Pancration matches? And you can earn extra coupon?
But I must warn you that your sentence will be extended if you fail to restrain yourself and end up seriously injuring or killing your opponent.
So, did you set the...
No, actually. I just granted approval for the organizer to use this area to build the ring, and I collect a portion of the proceeds in return. Of course, the fees are also quite...
Oh. Do you mind if we ask what they're used for?
Sure. Ensuring personal safety, maintaining the arena, and resolving any conflicts that arise. Why? Are you...
Oh, no. Paimon was just wondering if that's how you paid for everyone's welfare.
A reasonable guess. I see you have a talent for entrepreneurship.
Oh, you hear that? Paimon has a talent! So we can start a business here?
That is something you can discuss between yourselves later. Let's move on for now.
Squall Fury! The wind rises.
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra. Add Astra.
Squall Fury!
Your Grace. Good morning. I mean, good afternoon. No, wait, what time is it again?
What time indeed? Time waits for no one, so it's best...
my...
Jeez, that guy's so nervous he almost forgot.
Sorry, forgive...
These are the dormitories, which is where inmates sleep. The guards will inform you where your bunk is later. In the Fortress of Meripede, criminals usually spend most of their time in either the production zone or the sleeping areas.
The production zone? What the...
Not necessarily. Though working in the production zone is the most reliable way to earn credit coupons. If you have others...
Wow. Wait, you're the manager of this place? And you're just telling us to our faces that it's okay to skip work?
The fact that the Fortress of Meripede has continued operating completely autonomously is proof enough that most people are willing to work honestly and earn a stake. As for what we produce, many of the clockwork machines seen all over Fontaine are... Therefore, the Fortress of Meripede is not only a place where criminals serve their sentences, but there's no need for me to get into specifics about the production process now. You'll experience it all firsthand when you report for work tomorrow. Let's move on. The tour continues over this way.
Oh!
Oh, you really scared me there. I didn't expect to see you here, Your Grace. I thought maybe I was so tired from work that I was starting to see things.
The only thing you should be seeing is the work in front of you. Stay focused and keep up the pace. Oh? Is something the matter?
It's nothing. Paimon's...
Search forth.
Your Grace? What are you doing in the infirmary at a time like this? Oh no.
Not yet, unfortunately for you. But thank you for your concern, Sigewinne.
Then you must be here for those two.
Allow me to introduce you. This is the infirmary, and Sigewinne here is the Fortress of Meripede's head nurse.
Hello, new faces. They call me the head nurse, but I actually handle all the nurse-related work.
Since you seem to have some rare downtime with no patients, perhaps you could find the time to join us for
Oh, then these two must be some important convicts.
Thank you. Your presence will be the pièce de résistance for today's tour.
Oh, so the tour part is over?
I believe I've already covered the primary aspects of life here in the fortress. As for your work, there'll be someone else to guide you through the details. I seldom conduct tours, so why don't you just ask if you have any questions?
Well, this is our first time.
Then let's head back to the coupon cafeteria.
You should at least try to be excited. Our free meals are actually pretty...
Behold!
What do you think of the food? Wow, it looks delicious! Neverlet made it sound like living conditions in the Fortress of Meripede wasn't very good. Who would have guessed that criminals get to eat tasty food like this? Oh, isn't that the meal box that only super lucky people manage to draw? Seems like you two are quite fortunate.
It actually has nothing to do with luck in this case. I had a word with Walsey, so you didn't have to draw lots like everyone else.
Oh, you mean the meals are random? Yes, what you get to eat depends completely on your luck. You could say that it's a distasteful little game that Chef Walsey likes to play here in the cafe. Paimon knew it! If criminals got to eat tasty food like this every... Excuse me, did I hear you mention Nervulette just now? I've been wondering how he seems healthy no matter how you look at him, but he works so hard on...
Sounds like he hasn't changed a bit. Looks like you can stop worrying so much, Sigewinne.
Oh, that's good. But I still feel like it's been too long since I've heard any news about...
No news is good news. Maybe next time I've got something to discuss with him, I can invite you to a...
But isn't the Fortress of Meripede independent from Fontaine's court system?
Well, we provide all kinds of mechanical products for official use, and some essential goods have to be obtained from the overworld, so we naturally have to stay in touch about... Monsieur Nervulette's character is unimpeachable. No matter the question, you can discuss it openly and in light of that, I am quite willing to go out of my way to show, in fact, right now, I'm treating you two as guests invited by Monsieur Nervulette. But unfortunately, I can only do so after this. You two will just be inmates here. You're very welcome. Well, your new...
The wind rises. Squall and Fury. Behold! Swan Fury!
The Traveler and Paimon, right? Listen up. As new inmates, the only thing you need to your bunks are right over there. Follow me.
So this is where we'll be sleeping from now on. Oh, Paimon can't believe this! By the way, Traveler, we saw, even though the Duke didn't say it too directly, judging from what he said at the end, it seems that he was only... We are criminals, and Paimon did eat that cake. Is it possible that he knows we're here on a mission? Or, yeah, Paimon thinks so too. Maybe something like, "Hey, I have my eyes on you, so don't try anything funny." Yeah, so we at least need to try. But Paimon hasn't gotten a clue you mean... Yeah, that's what Paimon was thinking too! Paimon almost spilled the beans when we ran into. Fortunately, based on his attitude, it looks like the Duke sees Linny as just a... We worked so hard to help clear Linny and Lynette's names, and yet we turn around and bam! He's in prison anyway! Oh, right! Linny and Lynette are from the House of the Hearth. They work for the Knave, so they could be here to investigate too! Huh? Oh, it's a card! It looks like a magician's prop. It was nice to bump into you again. Let's catch up in the production zone tomorrow. What in the world? It's written like he's greeting a buddy on the street. Paimon thought he'd write, if you say so. Hey, you're finally awake! Well, it's Paimon's first day as a prisoner. Last night, Paimon dreamed about getting interrogated by the guards until Paimon told them everything, and then Paimon woke up. Hey, come on! It's just a dream, okay? Paimon wouldn't really squeal. Maybe.
Hey, lazy bones! What are you still doing here? If you don't want to starve, then get yourselves over to the...
Sorry! We're going...
The wind rises. Swan Fury!
Let's come up with some fun activities.
Behold!
Ah, you must be the catch of the day. Looks like you've got some luck.
Yep, we just arrived yesterday and...
Don't interrupt me when I'm speaking.
Yes, sir.
Listen carefully to my instructions. I don't want any mishaps. Every machine here is worth more than the both of you. Working around these machines can be very dangerous. Do your job well, and you can eat in the cafeteria after your shift. Get sloppy, and you dine in the infirmary. Anyway, the Fortress of Meropide doesn't want to lose a single one of its machines. And it also doesn't want to waste the production potential of any inmate. You got
it!
Your job is to use the machine over there to process widgets. Watch carefully, and make sure you step on the pedal at the right time. If the machine gets jammed, then give it a little maintenance with your fist. Here, take this. Bring me the processed widgets, and I'll give you some credit coupon.
You think I've got a sharp tongue? I just tell it like it is. If someone can't handle it, maybe that's their problem.
Once the widget is hot enough to glow, jump to step on the pedal and hit the widget with the... So if the machine gets jammed, you just need to attack it to fix the problem.
This one is tolerable. Though since the processing is done by machine, the product is all pretty much the same anyway. Alright, I'll pass you for now. And we'll count up how many credit...
Paimon's exhausted. Even though Paimon's starving and wants to head straight to the coupon cap, he probably just finished up his...
The wind rises.
Lenny? Mr. Magician? Where are you? Oh, this had better not be some disappearing act. Doesn't seem to be around here. Let's try looking somewhere else.
Behold!
Where could he be? Did he decide to slack off and sleep the day away?
Squall Fury!
Hey, over here!
Oh, you scared?
Oh, you scare so easily now?
You little... The only thing we're worried about was...
Sorry.
Oh, Lynette! You're here too! You two really are inseparable.
That's right. My brother simply can't stand to be away from me.
It's not just Lynette. Fremine is also here. Do you still remember him?
Oh, you mean that diver from the House of the Hearth, right? Pyro remembers seeing him in the court of Fontaine before. Now hurry up and tell us, how did you end up as criminals this time? We fought so hard at court to
Sadly, even the teeniest of things can land you in prison these days. I put together a street performance and used...
And then?
Next, I invited several audience members to participate in the show. And then, with the entire audience
My brother was charged with theft, and I was charged as his accomplice.
It really isn't that bad. The missing wallets are all in the leftmost drawer of the Maison Gardiennage's big filing cabinet. We just need to see how long it takes to
Yep, we should be released then.
In terms of the magic trick itself, I think the performance...
Leave it to Lenny to magic himself into prison.
Indeed. Last time I hid my identity from you, I promised, so I don't plan on keeping anything from you this time either. We were instructed by the father of our house, the knave.
Told you so!
As for what we're investigating, perhaps you haven't heard, but some even say that the entire fortress exists just to protect it. The House of the Hearth has been investigating this for but recently, all of our informants, including the ones that had infiltrated the guard, we believe that this is a direct provocation, and it's the reason why we came here. Father has somehow managed to confirm that Focalors does not have Fontaine's gnosis.
Huh? How did she manage to learn it?
Father has her ways. Many of them are beyond our imagination, and we've never had the chance to see her at work. But we trust her conclusion.
It was this information that led us to suspect that Fontaine's gnosis might be in the fortress of Meripede.
So it's all about the gnosis again.
Well, that's about it from our side.
Bingo! The knave has been applying a lot of pressure. She wants to know what happened to Child, so we came... Traveler, are we allowed to tell them?
You don't need to worry too much about that. She's just asking for a report on Master Child's predicament as a means of pressuring you. Father used this situation as a pretext to negotiate with two high-ranking officials in the court of Fontaine. She actually just wants to be able to make concessions on this matter for gains elsewhere. Almost like a bargaining chip.
Sometimes you need an excuse to do things you otherwise couldn't. And a harbinger is more valuable than you might imagine.
Of course, it's not a complete farce. If we do manage to find out what happened to Master Child too, then diplomatic relations with Fontaine could improve, and Snezhnaya might even be able to adjust its stance a bit.
Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like we're the only ones who actually care about Child's situation? The relationship between the Harbingers must be as bad as ever.
I wouldn't go that far. Father just has different standards than we do when it comes to what can be sacrificed for an advantage. But even though we have different objectives, we're both here to investigate the fortress of Meripede. It would be more as you know, the House of the Hearth has many reasons to seek the Gnosis, but our highest priority remains
See, I told you.
Is that so?
Lenny seems to be thinking pretty hard.
Of course he is. Lenny has been looking forward to a chance to reach or I should say, we were really looking forward to
Lynette, just tell them everything, why don't you?
It's okay to open up a little.
Very prudent of you, and consistent with I was prepared for the worst, but you were actually more agreeable than I anticipated. All right then. Since Lynette and I arrived here, our investigation uncovered the fact that the fortress... Most people just clammed up and wouldn't talk, but after asking the right questions, we were able to You should be aware of that while you're
A forbidden zone? Could that be where...
Good. That's the most suspicious thing about the fortress that we know of so far. We have a few other unanswered questions, and we'll be investigating those as quickly as... Oh, look at the time. You two must be hungry. You should go to the coupon cafeteria.
Oh, that's just what Paimon wanted to hear! Paimon's starving!
The wind rises.
Oh, he wasn't kidding. Today's meal is nowhere near as good as last time. Oh, who knows how long it'll be until we're lucky enough to get that super tasty meal again? Forget about it then. We'll just deal with the regular food for the time being. Let's just get out of here as soon as possible. But life here doesn't seem all that bad. Other than the foreman being kinda mean and the work being pretty tiring.
You think so, mate?
If I had a coupon for every fish who said that. Seems you fishies still haven't learned your lessons from your life up on the surface. If you take things at face value, then by the time you reach a dead end, you won't even know how you ended up on. I like your attitude. Everyone's been telling you to just follow the rules and not cause. What they don't tell you is that the rules aren't exactly what they pretend to be. The truth is, this place has a lot of hidden rules.
Huh? Hidden rule?
Not everyone knows about those rules, but whether you know them or not, once you break one, you might encounter something even worse.
Really? Oh, now you're really scaring.
Of course. And I'd say that just disappearing would be one of the better outcomes.
Oh, you mean that if there really are hidden rules? In that case, would you tell us some hidden rules?
Come on, mate. This is...
Paimon understands, but...
Yeah, I know. Not like I'm going anywhere. Just come to... Moreover, you're new fish. Freshly caught. And completely out of your element. What'd be the point? I'm usually around the rag and bone shop. Just call me V-Doc.
He left. Just like that. Huh. Do you think he's just trying to scare us into buying fake information? Yeah. It might be a good place to start, but like he said, we don't have any coupons and we're still not familiar. We were so busy talking, we almost forgot to eat. Even if it's not the best, it's probably better while it's warm. That our shift is set for every morning, and we're free to do whatever we want. But it seems like most of the other inmates choose to continue working. Oh, and they also said that you can use coupons to skip work in the morning and free up your time. They weren't kidding. Credit coupons really can be... Oh, Paimon, so... Nighty-night, traveler. Paimon... You seem to have something on your mind. Did you dream about... Is that even possible? Oh, child's vision! So you had it with you this whole time? Maybe the vision connected child's consciousness to yours. And our investigation has its first major... So what did you see in the dream? Do you know where child went? Huh. Okay, what's more important now is that it's the start of another new day as prisoners. Let's do our best to earn... What's the plan for today? Let's go! It's...
Look who decided to show up. Get your butts in gear and get to work. Time's a-wasting. Good, here you go.
I'm on speed. But after so many shifts, it seems we're—
Hey there, fellow shiftmates. I saw you finished your work, so I thought I'd come—
Oh, hey there! We've seen you before. You're—
That's right. The name's Rowan. This past few days, I've been working here for almost 15 years. Even the foreman, Grainville, always calls me Chief.
Whoa, you've been working here a long time, Chief. Hey, not so loud.
If there's anything you'd like to know—
All right, Chief. We'll be sure to come to you first.
Did you just ask about— Pretty sharp for newcomers. You've already heard about the rules, huh? Who'd you hear it from? Alright. Seeing as I'm the one who came over here, you're already calling me Chief. Truth is, you two keep working like this, you might be putting yourselves in danger.
Huh? Wait, there's even a rule about that?
Well, it's usually not that easy to break one on accident. The conditions of the hidden rules are usually pretty specific. If you work continuously in the production zone for 3 days, and if all you do besides eating and sleeping is just work, then something bad will happen during lunch on the third—
Huh? Like what?
If I knew that—
You mean, even you have never—
There's actually a legend about this. They say that there was a worker who worked way harder than me. He was both efficient and eager on the job. And one time, he tried to test his limits and worked as long as he could. He disappeared into thin air, as if he'd evaporated. Later—
What the— How could that happen?
Unfortunately, we were assigned different production zones.
Wait, are you thinking that it was— Huh?
Oh? You—
Yeah, I agree with Chief here. Do you really want to try? Whoa! Paimon's gonna take her time and savor every bite! What would you like to do this afternoon? Maybe we'll be able to find some lead?
Squall and Fury! Search forth!
Oh, you must be the Traveler, huh? Sorry, mate, but competitors as strong as you are prohibited from participating. I don't make the rules, mind you, but hell, even convicts value their lives, don't they? But we have a game here that'll let you show off your strength, and you'll even earn some credit coupons.
And if we lose the—
Of course. That's the cruel reality facing every... Okay, great. The targets in front of you will pop up one after another. You'll need to hit the targets in the same order that they popped up. If you can complete a few rounds in a row with no mistake, the second you mess up the order, the game costs 300 credit coupons to have it go. So, you up for it? Thanks for your patronage.
Okay, do your best to hit the targets, just like Colin said!
I'll be. They weren't exaggerating about how strong you are. Don't worry, I wouldn't.
Aw, looks like we won't get a chance to sleep in as... Maybe we can make some... What do you have planned? Right, we just...
Look who decided to show up! Get your butts in gear and get to work. Time's a-wasting. Oh? What's with suddenly wanting to work so...
Sure. Let's just sit... Nice! We... Ooh, Paimon's had it. That's it. Paimon doesn't even have the energy to talk anymore. Oh, Paimon's exhausted. Wait a sec. Now that Paimon thinks about it, haven't we been working non-stop for 3 days now? And now it's lunchtime! Oh, Paimon feels a shiver going down her... But it doesn't seem like anything's changed at all. And we made it to the coupon cap. Are the so-called hidden rules only a rumor after all? Well... Paimon wonders what will... Wait! What? What in the world is this? Is this stuff... meat? But it looks and feels so bizarre. What do you think is going on? Is this the bad thing that Rowan was talking about? No, stop right there. Paimon gets what you... Hey! Isn't that Woolsey over there? He must have made the food. Hey, Woolsey! Have a moment?
What is it? I'm about to go report the numbers.
It's about the meat in our meals. Look!
The meat? Oh, that. Looks perfectly fine.
How could this be fun? Hey! What should we do now? Woolsey wouldn't even give us the time of day. Is he trying to hide something? Yeah, looks like we have no other choice. What would you like to do the... Yeah.
Behold!
Oh, hello.
No need to.
Sorry. I couldn't help but think of His Grace once I saw you, and, well, it's hard to say. Maybe I am. He's got a very...
Wait, seriously?
Well, I'm always indecisive, and I tend to make a mess of things. It's like a reflex. What? Please, don't say anything like that out loud.
Swan Fury! The wind rises. Quit following me.
Hey, it's the Traveler and Paimon. No need to tease me, okay? Listen, I feel ashamed about last time. Thank you for praising me in front of His Grace. Here are...
Huh? No, we couldn't take them.
But when I was welcoming you, I didn't do anything but give... Come on, I insist. These coupons are nothing compared to getting the attention of His Grace. I won't take no for an answer.
Search for it.
Siege Wing? Aren't you supposed to be in the infernal?
Hello, Traveler. Paimon. Everyone's usually busy around now, and we don't have any patients to look after in the infirmary. I
enjoy?
It's really worth watching. I often stand here and observe everyone. Humans are just so interesting and adorable. I like to...
Are you talking about pets or people?
Oh, I can see why you think that, but you shouldn't jump to... See, we Melazines are a different species, and we see the world very differently from humans. It's very easy for me to observe everyone's condition. All it takes is one look, and I can tell which workers are exhausted.
Wait, Melazines can see that? Huh. That does sound useful for being a nurse.
Yes. Running around tending to everyone's health is very fulfilling. Take care of your body, and make sure you eat well.
We'll definitely take care of ourselves.
Behold!
Rowan?
Huh.
Paimon wouldn't have thought someone as experienced as...
I just knew you would say that. This is pretty embarrassing. Where's Siegeween when you need her anyway? The one time I need to make a quick
Oh, you mean she wasn't in the infirmary?
Yeah. The rumors say that there's never anybody in the infirmary in the half hour before lunch, and nobody knows where Siegeween gets off to.
Huh. That's actually really strange. Siegeween's always super dedicated to her.
Forget it. I can take...
The wind rises.
Hey, look! There's something here! That suspicious guy peeking into the infirmary just now. He must have dropped this. The Melazine perceive the world very differently from you. As a result,
Their sense of aesthetics and beauty is also very different from that of humans. This must be taken into consideration when Ooh, this all sounds pretty serious. He sure did his homework. And as for the notebook...
Quit following me.
Oh, wonderful. I was worried that you'd be busy trying to earn reward coupons all the time, but it's...
Paimon likes having more coupons, but no one wants to work all the... Have you also been investigating?
No, I was just slacking off, and you happened to catch me. My brother is still obsessed with anything remotely related to the Forbidden Zone. Oh, before I forget.
Huh? Credit coupon?
I've been here longer than you. Coupons aren't a resource in particularly short supply. What is in short supply are interesting people to talk with.
Aw, that's so nice of you, Lynette. We'll be sure to make good...
Squall and Fury. The wind rises. Quit following me.
Oh, you want to stop investigating? Okay, you should... So after working a few days straight, we... Has our investigation turned up anything useful? Really? Well, we'll... What do you have planned? After working here, but doing the same thing all the time. Yeah. Whoa! Isn't this the super lucky Paimon's gonna take her time and savor every bite? What would you like to do this after? Knowing child, he must have...
Oh, back for another try? I hope you brought enough credit. All right, then.
Okay, do your best to hit the targets, just like Colin said!
Your strength really shouldn't be underestimated. Nobody who values their life would be willing to get in the ring with you. However, you two haven't tried betting on the outcome of... Just go talk to Rusimov. Buy a ticket for whichever fighter you think will win. There's a big payout if the fighter you support...
But we don't know anything about the fighter.
That's normal. Just watch a few matches and get a
He's got a point. Why don't we give it a try?
Bet at random, huh? Well, how should I put it? It's not like you can't do that, but...
Huh? We shouldn't get too carried away. What's the problem?
What? I never even picked a boxer before, and you already know about the rules? You're not just strong fighters. Seems you're... might as well tell you about it, since you already know that much. Besides, I don't want to risk ever losing a customer.
Is it?
Okay. The hidden rule here is, if you buy both boxers' tickets and support them both, something bad will happen.
So the rule is that we shouldn't pick both boxers in the same fight. But if anyone actually did that, wouldn't they be guaranteed to lose coupons? And what do you...
How would I know? No, but I've heard a story. According to the rumor, there was a masked boxer who possessed incredible skill and power. However, in the final match, the organizers told him to take up, and after that, he was never seen again. In his eyes, supporting both boxers in a match would dishonor the competition itself.
So you mean it's like a curse? He'll take vengeance on anyone who does that?
No, he was always wearing a mask, like he was intentional.
Traveler, do you think that boxer was... Huh?
You're not serious. Look, here I was just trying to be nice.
Yeah, it sounds pretty scary to Paimon. Seems you've made up your mind.
Betting on both fighters will set you back about 3,000 credit coupons. If you have enough, then go ahead.
We woke up so early today that... Maybe we can make some what do you have planned for us? After working here, but doing the same thing... Yeah, it's... What is this garbage? Ooh, What would you like to do this afternoon? Maybe we'll be able to find some leads?
Are you two here to buy tickets? Better be quick.
Who are the boxers and...
We have the reigning champ, Le Grappler, versus a contender.
Are those their nicknames, or did they choose those names themselves?
Since you're new around here, I'll help you out and give you a little suggestion. Even though Le Grappler... Anyway, for this match, I reckon... Huh? I can tell you're new to this, but maybe you don't quite understand the rules, no?
Oh, no need.
All right then, if you're
Yeah, we got... Seems we had a productive day.
Hey, Traveler, Paimon. Package here for you. The next time you buy something, go pick it up yourself. I'm not a delivery man, you know.
Huh? A package? For us? Did you buy something, Traveler? Paimon's not quite awake yet, so why don't you go take a look? All right! Yesterday we broke the hidden rule and bought tickets for both boxers. Oh, maybe this pack... Paimon suddenly feels wide awake. Wait, maybe let Paimon go hide somewhere first. Just... Hey, wait! Paimon's still here! Don't open it!
Oh, it's just a small bottle. But the color of the liquid inside looks so wrong. Almost like... Alright, that's enough of that. No need to say it out loud. Paimon already knows what you're trying to say. Ugh! No way! Get that stuff away from Paimon! Paimon thinks we shouldn't open the bottle until we... What do you have Though it feels nice to slack off a little, less work means less coupons. Let's make the most of it.
Squall and Fury!
If there's no way to
Who are you? Leafman?
I'm not! Of course I'm not.
Then what?
I'm a promoter for Fontaine, and I'm usually responsible for promoting our drink products. I thought I could complete my task here quickly and return to headquarters, but...
Oh, a promoter from Fontaine.
After discussing the company's promotional plans with him, he told me out. However, in light of our long history of successful collaboration, I still tried to patiently explain the details. However, let me take a moment and recall his exact words.
I'm just gonna stop you there and say no. If anything, I'm saving you time. It seems you don't fully understand the value of credit coupons here, nor do you understand the value of your own products. The former is because you are from the overworld. That's understandable, and I don't blame you for that. But as for the latter, only someone monumentally stupid, so breathtakingly stupid, that they were completely ignorant of the value of
Anyway, that's how he...
Well, he is the head honcho here. Not much you can do about that. We met him too and could tell that he's the kind of guy that's hard to...
Fine. I know, I should just let it go. I'm on his turn.
Behold!
Hey, I heard you crazy fools really did it.
Well, the next day we received a mysterious package.
So it is real. You didn't become cursed or anything like that, did you?
Paimon's not sure. What do you think, travelers? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you two don't seem to have changed at all. But still, I didn't expect you would actually do it. You'd actually throw...
Even if we bought tickets like everybody else, it's not like we could hope to earn any coupon. When it comes to things like this, it's always the organizer who makes the real profit.
Hey, just what are you trying to imply? The Pancration Ring is an honest business. It makes so little that even the current tournaments can only be held thanks to funding from the producer of Fanta.
Oh, so it's the company that manufactures Fanta sponsoring the events?
Let's just say it's a mutually beneficial arrangement. They reached out to us first. Anyway, you...
Squall and Fury!
Time to show me what you got!
Hey, what are these papers scattered all over? Maybe not. Every page has the Fontaine symbol on it. Maybe it's some okay. But if some... Oh, you're right. guess there's nothing to worry about then. Let Paimon have a look here. Without assistance from the Fontaine Research Institute, we have no choice but to let the new product we have decided to Sure doesn't seem like any let's put these papers back where we without even thinking about it. Alright, but remember that we bought this time with... What is this garbage? Ooh. What would you like to do this afternoon? After working here so long, we're really but doing the same thing all the time. Yeah. A mysterious box, a bottle of Do you have any ideas, Traveler? Really? Well, maybe we'll have better luck tomorrow. Okay, so we've investigated. We'd better pick up the pace with our investigation. Yeah, let's go. Isn't that Vidok over there?
Ah. Seeing you at this time must mean you've already saved up a lot of credit coupons. Or at least enough to skip work. Impressed?
So, now can...
If that's what you want to know.
Huh? What?
Leonid and those other pesky broke urchins have all gone to work in the production zone. I wouldn't want them listening in without paying up.
We get it, just help.
So, you know those pipes that make strange sounds? Don't ever, ever go near them at night. Even if you...
Something even more...
A group of cannibals.
Cannibals?
Every month, they meet a few times in the dead of night. Rumor has it they might... But what's even scarier is that since they have no way to dispose of the leftover remains, they have ways to transform them into other forms. And keep them in the fortress.
Paimon might already know what you mean by other forms. So that's what's going on here. Oh, Paimon's stomach doesn't feel so good.
You two look pretty skeptical. I've got things to do too.
Traveler, can we just trust him on this one? Oh, Paimon doesn't... Oh, so that's how you see the situation. Huh. You know, Paimon does feel a little better about it now. When will all the secrets... Vidok isn't here. But the guy's...
Just What? What are you saying?
What are you talking about?
Their attitude sure is suspicious. Like they're trying to avoid us. But if they're being so obvious about acting weirdly, do you think— Oh, this is all getting way too creepy for Paimon. So you mean we—
Behold!
Hello, Fielding.
What do you want? Criminals like you ought to be working right now.
We just want to ask you a simple— Have you ever discovered anything odd during your nighttime—
Why are you asking about something like that? Whatever happens at night isn't your concern.
Well... Right! We've heard it—
Really? Now that you mention it, I recall my colleagues talking about something like that before.
So, what happens at night?
They just conduct regular cleaning of the fortress's drainage facility. There are 3 pipe cleaning days per month, and it just so happens that today is one of the scheduled days. You can try to confirm the sounds tonight if you want.
Oh, okay.
If that's all, then I'll be leaving now. I advise you not to try anything funny, though.
Don't worry, we don't— Oh, he left. So what do you think about the pipe cleaning days he mentioned? Right, both are a possibility. Paimon knew you— Oh, I'm so tired. But we can't sleep yet. They'll be cleaning the pipes tonight, so it's the perfect chance for us to investigate. Huh? Traveler? Did you fall asleep already? Traveler, come on, wake up! Oh, it looks like you were just peacefully sleeping to Paimon. Really? So we're finally Okay, well... This should be the place.
Upon the gale.
What? I know you. You were the ones—
You've got guts showing up.
You'd better leave now. Ain't nobody coming in. What'd you say?
Yeah, so what if they were?
Hey, what's the point of all those rumors anyway?
I don't have to tell you anything. If you turn around, go back to the door—
Yeah, scram. Nothing worth seeing here. Huh? What did you say?
Isn't that exactly what boss said when—
Hey, do you know our boss? Whoa. We had no idea our boss was such a big deep. So did he have you come here to—
Oh, so your child's crew here? Seems like he had no problem fitting in.
We're the only ones who heard him say those words when he left that night. So unless he somehow told you those exact same words after that— All right. I guess that's proof enough for me. I believe you.
Wow, those dreams of yours sure come in handy.
We gave him the business for a while and would always give him a hard time when he first came to the Fortress of Meripede. But here in the fortress, the strong will always earn respect. He was working the longest hours and racking up— You could always see how amazing he was. So eventually, we all decided to follow him.
But one day, he suddenly told us that he had to find a way to escape this place, no matter— And as his crew, if the boss wants something, then it's our job to get it done. So, we got to work, and used the hidden rules that were here to make up and spread the rumor about the cannibal rule. We just wanted to give him a better chance of escaping on a night after the pipes had been cleaned.
Oh, thanks to your rumor, nobody would want to come anywhere near here, prisoner or guard. Wow, it sure is easy to exploit people's fear of the unknown. But has a child already escaped? Why are you all still coming here after pipe cleaning day?
Because as far as we know, the pipe he went into isn't actually an exit. It leads to an abandoned factory area, and even if there were a way to escape from there into the sea, we're still way too deep. No one could ever reach the surface alive. But Boss still insisted on going in. So we told him that we'd pretend as if he never— and that if he wanted to come back, he should wait for nighttime on a pipe cleaning day. That way—
So you come and wait here through the night a few times a month just because—
Yeah, but it's been so long now.
Is it also possible that something—
Nothing could ever defeat boss or slow him down. It's one—
Okay. Paimon was just brainstorming possibilities.
All right. Keep quiet and follow us.
The wind rises.
The way up from here has been sealed off. Its boss left by going down from here. It wasn't full of water at the time. Later, we came back hoping to have a look. That's when It's impossible to navigate unless you're an extremely—
Do you think Child got—
Not likely. We all know that Boss was an incredible—
Really? Then have him come investigate, pronto. Just be sure to tell us if you get any news.
It's getting late. We should leave.
Yeah, we learned a lot about what happened. When you said you knew a diver, you were talking about Fremine, right? Ugh. Why is Child like this? Fortunately, though, now that we can finally it's morning already? Oh, Paimon still needs more sleep. Huh? Wait, look over there! It's one of Linny's cards! Let Paimon see— Maybe you haven't heard, but today is the monthly free day. Everyone has the day— It's been a while since we last talked. Have you been making any progress? Ooh, today's our lucky day. We have the day. From the sound of it, Lenny's been making progress with his investigation. We still—
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
There are some people talking over there. Let's listen in.
If you ask me, those pompous parasites on the surface act like they're all a bunch of aristocrats.
Hey, speak for yourself, man.
Oh, you think you're special or something?
I don't buy.
Hey,
what kind of filthy... Listen, who wants to live in...
And what makes you...
Whoa. Sounds like they're Speaking of which, Paimon never heard anyone use the words overworld or underworld when we were living up there. Is it only something the inmates down here say? That's true.
Behold!
There's a group of people over there.
So I said, that's not a faucet. Hey, who are you two?
Oh, sorry for eavesdropping. Sounds like you were...
What's the matter? They're just looking to join in on our fun, that's all.
Hey, don't pretend like it's okay for them to just interrupt us like that. Fine.
You hear that?
Your expressions tell me you're looking to hear some juicy info, am I right? But before that, it just so happens.
Really? Are we that...
You're kidding. How often does anyone get a personal tour led by His Grace himself? Practically everyone was talking about it. Word has it that you also caused quite the kerfuffle.
A little mistake, huh? I like the way you put it. You see, people with a good attitude can join our group.
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroon. People usually call us the Bombshell Bros, but don't worry.
So...
No. You don't get it. Knowing intelligence will make things better for you here. For example, whoa, all this info's worth something, you know?
I don't mind him. Quisto's always this way. The welfare meals. Talk about the welfare meals.
Right. That meal we had yesterday was super delicious.
Is that so? To tell you the truth, I've been helping out with making those welfare meals. I've been working as a kitchen assistant.
Oh, so you're the one who made those delicious...
You are correct. Since you like my... Listen, kids. You've already met the one...
Those who have the Duke...
I know who you mean.
But did you know?
I don't care if he was a researcher that could turn dirt... Speaking of which, the last time I saw him, he was passing by the...
You mean he hit a woman? Wow.
But that Lorvine's also...
Wait a second.
Do you think...
After all... The wind rises. Behold!
Hey, you over there? Yeah, you. Say, do you like playing card games? You know, like Genius Invocation TCG?
You TCG players are like mint in the wild.
Hey, come on now. What's wrong with finding fellow all right.
But why would you be looking for people to play Genius Invocation in a place like...
Whether you're throwing down cards or throwing... There are lots of card players here in the fortress. When I saw you, I immediately thought, hey, even outsiders from other nations play cards. So I came... Sure.
Great! Since you've been here longer than us, you need to flex your seniority a little bit, right? Maybe you could start by telling us...
I thought you would have already heard everything by now. All right, then. Did you have anything specific in mind? Or do you want me to just pick a topic?
Why don't you pick? We'll let you know if we've heard it already.
All right. Have you heard any strange rumors since you've been? Did you know that there are some people who are always... Yeah, so you've already met those two. I heard that they used to be a chef and a bartender before they were
Good to know. Do you have anything else?
Let me think. Sounds like you want to hear... Oh, did you know that the Duke was also a convict?
Huh?
That's right. The Duke was an inmate just like you and me. Seems he was exiled here for committing some... to go from an ordinary inmate to becoming the manager of the whole place? A forbidden zone? Sounds like...
It's just a rumor we've been hearing, but no worries if you've never heard it.
Anything else? Not that I can think of, but I'll be sure to tell you anything interesting I hear next time.
Okay, we've talked to just about... According to the card he left us, we should go meet him in the production zone.
Relax. Squall and Fury. Rises.
Huh? That look in your eyes. You found something?
Hey, this is no time to be modest. Just tell him we found...
Oh, as expected of the legendary... Huh. I'd have never guessed that myself. The rumors swirling about this place are unreliable. He is a harbinger after all. I suppose he's much more resourceful than I initially gave him credit. Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father. Father told me that even though Master Child said he was just coming to Fontaine for a vacation, he actually had some personal reasons. His agenda might be linked to his disappearance.
His escape route is already flooded, so we'll have to task someone with...
Well, when you put it that way, it's obvious that...
Bingo!
He's working today. Coming here as a group would have attracted too much attention. I'll talk to him about it later. It's the least I can do. We're all... Honestly, I'm far more impressed by you guys managing to collect all this information.
Collecting information is always...
Now, let me think. To find out more information, Fremine will have to and if he's to do that, he'll have to set out on the next pipe cleaning day at the earliest. That's 6 days from now. And after that...
You can even estimate how long it'll take for him to get...
We've been working together for a long time. We know each other. Traveler, what say you to meeting here 9 days from now? We'll be able to pick up Fremine while we're... Oh, and there's just one last thing. Though we can just sit back and wait for Fremine's report on Master Child's whereabouts, we still need to make more progress on the... Fremine's no master of disguise. Lynette's still working on getting intel from the other areas, and I'll need to spend some time helping Fremine prepare for his...
What do you want us to do? Will it be hard?
Well, I won't call it easy per se, but I think you'll be able... Listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and investigate the room and environs. You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people always meeting at the infirmary earlier, so it probably has something to do with the secret. Investigate the internal structure of the infirmary and any active dealings within, and pass those on to me alongside any... But also, there's no need to take risks. Don't forget, safety always comes first. No, when it comes to intelligence gathering, I'd never consider you to be an amateur. Didn't you say it yourself? I'll believe anything as long as...
All right, then we'll head up...
Let's go our separate ways.
Stay here for now. Paimon will take a peek. There seem to be several
Right. I feel like it's not impossible.
So... it's a bit hard to understand them from here. So, why don't we just try to talk... Oh... Someone! Please help! She...
Whoa, are you okay?
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before...
The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapsed onto the ground, freezing limbs, twitching fingers, and pale complexion.
Let me take a look. Please, lie down. Don't worry, I'll get you to the bed safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly.
You can do it, Trav.
Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now, please relax. I'm just going to do a preliminary checkup on you. My checkup has confirmed that she's not in any mortal danger. That's our worst...
Oh, that's good.
I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now. Don't sense serious damage to your organs either. And here? Huh? But based on my initial... what about here? Does this... Oh! I think you just ate something that disagreed with you. That's all. Nothing too serious.
So that's what it is. Thank...
And there have been other inmates complaining about the food recently. Congratulations! The health risk is incredibly low, so you should recover within a... Miss Levine, I'll have to trouble you...
Very well.
And she hopped away.
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
Her stomach aches really bad. She was stumbling about the whole way here.
If Miss Sijuin says it's not a serious...
But it...
Well...
What do you mean that's true? That's really misrepresenting the situation. Though they may have committed crimes and gotten locked up here as a result, they still know a thing or two about medicine, and they help...
Yeah.
That's correct.
Are you two...
We've been sick a while. I come back every once...
Please watch your mouth, Mr. Jurrier. Don't...
Hey, don't start arguing now, please. Keep it civil at least. Hey! There's no need to fight!
Please allow me to...
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough rest for me, so I'm going to get out of this...
He just slowly walked off? Like that?
I'm sorry you had to see all of that. I'm
You
I'll accompany you two for a walk. No.
I'm back! Did you rest like you promised?
Thank you for getting our medicine, Miss Sijuin.
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Here, this should be 2 days' worth of medicine. Miss Levine, I left in a bit of a hurry just now. Yellow, huh? I understand. These are yours.
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better soon.
See ya!
I'm going trying to fill out your medical record now.
Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the traveler rest?
Mm-hmm. So her primary symptoms are abdominal pain with...
That's it!
Alright then.
Is there anything we should know besides to take the...
No, her base constitution is quite good, so I'm sure she'll recover quite...
Got it! Paimon will hold the trap... Oh, you're going to take a nap already? Okay then. We've been to lots of places together. She may look a bit under the...
Oh, so you're the best of companions. Ah, you're awake.
How do you feel? You slept for a really long...
Well, now you can go back without a worry in the world.
Thank you, Miss Sijween!
Squall and Fury!
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon half to death! No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, don't take my... Paimon talked with Sijween the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't... Whoa! You really are super thorough! All those times... Today's the day!
Behold!
Hmm? Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule.
That's good. That means we've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago, and as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated...
Wait, why is she getting involved?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Fremine's help, you've already done more than enough. Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall. Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to...
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
Perhaps you've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui. I can understand that feeling, so I assume you're just helping...
Well, everyone could use some more friends.
Since I see you as friends, then it's even more important for us to protect you from any peril. Glad to hear it. Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns.
Is now really a good...
According to my observations, Sijween always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well, so this should be a good time to meet up with her. Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an...
Okay, then let's hit...
The wind rises. Upon the gale.
Lynette should be... Huh. Strange.
As expected, Sigewin isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around.
Okay.
There are some books. These sure are some interesting. She even has
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in.
That's the one, Lynette?
She would have said her migraine was... Which means...
This is it!
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like... The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? Let's look around here for some more clues.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or...
This is...
Is that all? The back.
Show me! Now!
That look on your face. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now? Could she...
Wriothesley. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to...
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very...
Yes, that is a crucial question. Wriothesley, you are not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though. I'd like to know that, too. Don't panic, just think Wait, you're right. The fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds...
But what does he gain by letting
So he's We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's...
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. Don't be like this.
No, I'm the leader of this...
Hey, don't be reckless! Traveler...
I simply cannot allow Lynette to... I have to go.
He's rushed out the door! After him!
Right. I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so?
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking.
Someone! Please help!
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. As expected, what a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. Oh my! What's wrong, little... Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill.
Lenny, wait! It's no use. We have to catch up to him. He's already out of sight. How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Wriothesley's office.
come out and face me, Risley!
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management regulations?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place. Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your—
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No, he's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the hostages are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you deliberately aroused the traveler's suspicions and baited us in— As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted in—
There was no need to do so. The fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine is also—
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
He's not? What do you—
Lenny!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating. Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's— Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within—
Wait, you locked him outside?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world.
Fremine's a star diver, so—
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have—
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my— Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or—
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before—
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing— Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly— You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea.
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an—
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parent's— I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede? This place is basically a no-man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received many samples as gifts.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow—
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no— Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your—
Lenny!
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Fremine left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the response—
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6.
Wait,
2. Time's up.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave.
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to...
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small, Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them. Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before. The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, we often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she can perceive the... Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. The research note said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. Because of... According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. The research note said that the Melusine race perceives... Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the product has to undergo a trial because we often see Miss Sijuin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she can perceive the general state of a person's health just by looking at them. The Fonta promoter has been struggling. I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. We often see Miss Sijuin. The research note said that the Melusine race We often see Miss Sijuin observing the... Fonta's internal reports suggest... According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. Fonta's internal reports suggest... The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value... I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half... The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons would spend them on Fonta. We often see Miss Sijuin observing the...
So that's what's going on. I'm under the hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a... At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared. She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn them out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health. Sijuin visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish. Sijuin has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find. Unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and the recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot take... Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijuin's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone un... Alright, now for my next... There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just... Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and We often see Miss Sijuin. The Fonta promoter has been struggling. According to Collins, the pancreas... According to Collins, the pancreas... We often see Miss Sijuin observing the research note said that the Melusine race perceived... Fonta's internal reports suggest that... I've been told that the infirmary is always empty. Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting in... The Fonta promoter has been struggling.
Paimon gets this rule too now! So there really was nothing to be afraid. That hidden rule of the Pancration Ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing buck, but really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged a blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fonta's own... The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale. To see how it might be received by they came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new... The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fonta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposed...
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth, although based on your description, that Fonta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremine never even crossed... You'll pay for this! Ah!
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you...
It was nothing, Your Grace.
Sijuin?
Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually...
Sijuin...
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and when Monsieur Nervilette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here.
But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us?
But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervilette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace?
My dear Sijuin, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace.
What are you talking about?
Take me if you want.
How touching. Can you...
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sijuin, I leave.
You...
I believe I hear footsteps.
Some space, please.
Ah, Miss Clarande. My door.
Fremine...
What's going on? What is Clarande doing here?
Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linny. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off.
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like...
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
What?
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr.
I'll talk to Clarande while you get Fremine to where he needs to be.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large... Of course, it would be better... Sorry.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator.
Where is she?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually...
What's that look on your face? I thought I made good time on the way.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sigewinne may have been forced to shoot Miss... How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration... I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the...
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just sit...
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel?
Lenny, are you okay? Are you sure?
My hands and...
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny! Oh. Remine?
He'll be fine. But for now, please help...
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to...
Yeah, I'll take him from this side.
On it.
Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with...
The Duke and Clarande are gone.
They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clarande will need a break.
Too slow. Quit following.
Squall and Fury.
Quit following me. He's awake.
We're all here.
The infirmary, at the Fortress of Mir. How do you feel? Don't push him.
Travel. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater. Shh, it's okay. No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now. I'm in. Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time. It looks abandoned. Where could Master Child be?
This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it? It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it. This is where the water starts. Master Child probably dived into the water. The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. There are traces here too. I need to keep going. The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait. What the? My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it. I can't die here. This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse, and I'm still underwater. I have to push on.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea.
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress.
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she—
Miss Clarande, you say?
You're still too weak, Fremine. You can go after you've had some more rest.
Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarande will stay here as a guest for another—
Guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who—
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me.
Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Lenny?
No, please go on without me. I don't want to leave.
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave.
Understood.
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and—
Thank you.
Excuse me?
I take it Mr. Fremine's condition has stayed.
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Siegewien?
I wanted to check up on Miss Clarande.
Mostly fine.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another—
All right. Thank you for—
Well, want to explain yourself?
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about, where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have?
Then Paimon will begin. Did you—
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific—
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you—
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of— Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape. But in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he— Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work.
So you were hoping Linny's group would just do your work—
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremine has told you already, the ratio of the Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former—
Why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates.
Oh, right! Paimon wanted to ask—
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for— As a champion duelist, Miss Clarande could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me—
And saving Fremine was—
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already. That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Child's whereabouts. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that—
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us.
You make a compelling case. Do you really—
Yeah, Paimon really wants—
Even if the truth may not be pleasant? Follow me.
good at hiding stuff, Risley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the
Quit following me.
Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa! So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, what a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything.
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole...
So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
Whoa! They all just went up one by one.
Go on, have a... I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally. Normally, I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses? What very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the pressure. Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. I began to make a few preparations. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress,
The concentration of primordial.
and that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising. Yes.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Neuvillette knows where the primordial sea could be. Oh.
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around. If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all. Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
But that's just too weird. Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial sea? Who built?
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, you might find the actual answer. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people. When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside. Some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the wave." And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea, and as the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to the Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to and with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the... Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the... After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as... Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian.
But now you know every part of that.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate... To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it, let's go somewhere else. This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of—
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone!
Huh?
No need to panic, you two. I've already told—
What? After you warned—
I'm skeptical as well.
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever—
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for—
How about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. Good. Say, Edwin's main areas of research—
You want—
Ah, what a lovely idea.
Gotta admit, huh?
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my—
Ooh, are they together?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Your
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything. Follow me.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
What a huge ship? This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen.
How much do you know about Fontaine? Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly. So the moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath the gate...
Were you inspired by the legendary...
maybe. Fontainians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster. Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. All right, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Seems like you're good. I'll leave you here for now.
Oh,
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those 3 as well.
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Great. I look...
We're back!
Welcome back.
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention, while I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even...
Must have been Risley and C.
Yeah, I heard 1 male voice and 1 female, so it...
I really can't make
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations? Yeah, I took the time to rest.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sijuin...
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself, firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea.
Whoa, he's good.
That's our Lenny.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely. I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him. What's more, the Fortress of Meripede is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Wriothesley is basically the king of a no man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the two factions are pitted against each other, Wriothesley will be free to move between the parties. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just...
You're super smart!
Thanks so much. If Wriothesley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a... I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip...
The sea will engulf everyone.
Could Wriothesley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis.
Or perhaps he didn't know, and just wanted to bring Father over to his side? Which could be why he said he just...
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. The two of you have already aided us far too much. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the... Though you may not share the sentiment, after...
You have my
Thank you for protecting...
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Given your strength.
Paimon's hungry.
Oh,
Alright, then we'll catch you guys.
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served in the coupon cafeteria.
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well.
Traveler and Paimon, over here.
Are you here for dinner too?
And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran.
Huh. You're right. She's...
What would you like to eat? Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Me too! Don't forget...
No problem.
So delicious. Is this how it feels to be freeloaders? Wait a second, we did do plenty of work after all.
Feeling full yet? How's the food?
Delicious!
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed.
Sigewin, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand?
A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melusine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good.
You're really good at taking care of people.
Even really? You're reminded of an older sister?
Oh, and what did you mean back in Wriothesley's office? When you...
Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong. Thankfully, Glorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Glorand had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linney as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow it.
You were all super considerate and really thought everything through.
It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been His Grace's style for as long. Oh, I really wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness. Get a good night's rest, you two. You both worked very hard.
Search for it.
The wind rises.
So much has happened. I'm super sleepy. Are you sleepy too? Delicious.
Out of my way! Get out of my way!
What happened? Why is everyone running?
No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Who's yelling? What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye!
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people? They won't even—
They're here! Yeah! There you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
Crystal and Lavaroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong. Lavaroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is success—
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why is it suddenly—
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible.
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey!
We have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without him!
Hey! Be careful!
Attention, please evacuate. Attention, please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
Too slow.
They're here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
Huh.
You're just in time. But be ready to run. Three, 2, 1.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Neuvillette, why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina, and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with... Will do. You have...
Look, there are a ton of... Are you two the Traveler in Paimon? Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a...
Oh, so you two are the honored guests, Miss Farina.
Of course, of course! How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
I've already prepared seats for you.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste. I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial...
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child, against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this new...
Well, in any case, there's...
Oh, and...
Because...
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Well...
The fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves, unless he pranced right out of the main gate. Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets and...
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are
Hold on. The water in the teacup.
I suppose this is also a sign of...
I don't quite...
Have we entered into the next stage?
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
Day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled, and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day! This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just...
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now?
So what gift must the loser give?
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business.
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house. Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I...
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontainian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven yet. Here you are, relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have but you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures!
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of, oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am,
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on?
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal up. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential?
An emergency.
Oh, that look in your eyes.
The emergency response.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, and what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not— I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be— Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Nouvillette is not at the tea party with us.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly—
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite— Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who— You too, Paimon.
Thank you, Paimon. Oh, Paimon's super—
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest—
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt great. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day?
Very well.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss
Paimon's coming to—
The tea— What?
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought.
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude. Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about my children. That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them.
You mean Ridesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle. You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my...
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he... Forget it. He did give us... I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparation?
No need. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill me! I'm begging you, please!
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Farina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the Fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Ridesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authority. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an...
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Farina and Iudex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the Fortress of Meripede will be a front. Linny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gather. You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened. I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Iudex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday. He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Neuvillette?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Farina. To put it simply, I used my power to force back the primordial sea and reseal the sluice gate. So as expected, the Knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. Permission granted.
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? You can't tell us? Then that...
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics. I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining?
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking? The dragon of... what? Huh?
Please do not be so Farina?
Neuvillette! Neuvillette, are you listening?
My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right?
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep the...
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to...
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve...
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have...
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? Paimon is a little worried. We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Take it easy.
Behold!
Traveler! Are you still doing all right?
We're fine.
A few people of course. How did Nerva... Miss sure Nervulette has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level... I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. If you're not too pressed, just let me know if you get a... I'd like to take...
The wind rises. Too slow. Quit following me.
Jurier?
Yeah.
That's no excuse for...
Jurier! Lurvine!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here.
And you? Are you still taking the secret path?
Yep. That is still top secret.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one...
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack.
Oh, yeah? Then why are you...
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
Squall Fury!
You guys are...
You guys didn't get caught in...
and here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd help...
We're sorry.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details.
Hey, it wasn't just me.
Something like that. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still, whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure.
Hey, there's nothing wrong.
These two. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you...
Behold! Squall and Fury! Quit following me!
Now guess.
Well, look who it is.
Traveler, Paimon.
Looks like you're recovering.
Oh, right.
Whoa, how did
She told me that.
She didn't want to stress you out.
Yeah.
Okay, but check.
You meant father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a few things that were, a bit hard to...
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which now...
Father is very capable.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Lenny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely...
That does sound like something that father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here?
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent.
For real? Then
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. Well, next time, you...
Behold! Squall and Fury!
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still all...
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came...
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere. He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sigewinne's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super...
Miss Clorande has left as well. She also took her gift from Missy.
Were the gifts...
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Clorande received lipstick instead.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies. Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these from Sigewinne too?
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long...
You may access the cafeteria for...
Hooray!
Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
The wind rises. Squall and Fury.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners, though. Sure feels that way. Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true! It's like... We've now gone to... There are so many bad things in the world. You're counting Paimon today? Then let's ask Catherine skip time on an adventurer handbook as well? Ah, just a thought. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess out. We should be safe now. All right then. Good night to you, traveler.